Here, hold on. Yeah, here. There I am. This is Dark Mark, the goth comedian. Welcome to the Dark Mark Show. This is going to be a good one. Everybody loves when we have stuff about BDSM. We have our friends from the scene. And we've got some friends that have been on the show before and some new friends. And we're going to talk about a night that's coming up, which I'm looking so forward to. It sounds like my kind of party. It's called Torture Garden. We'll talk about that. Unfortunately, Hannah's not here today. Hannah, my usual co-host, who I'm going to talk to Cyan and try to figure out how to make her dom because I think she needs to be. But she's, I hope she's doing well, and we'll see her next week for what sadly is our producer Morgan's last show. But we're going to go out with quite an extravaganza, so definitely tune in next week. And my guest to this week is quite an extravaganza already. Okay. All right. We have right here, maybe, I would say, the most respected dom in the LA scene.
In the world, I'd say.
In the world? Well, we're going to talk about that and see why that is. That's Mistress Cyan right there.
Hey.
How are you, Mistress?
Hello.
Yes, everybody loves you. Everybody respects you. Everybody fears and worships you.
Absolutely. All good things.
Okay. All right. And you brought some friends here, and they, I guess, you guys are from across the pond? Is that what's going on? Originally. No, you're here now?
I'm a native here now, but originally I'm from southeast London for my sins.
Okay. That's Paul Faust.
That's me. Hello.
Yes.
Hello, comrades.
Yeah, another great pseudonym. We got the Faust here.
Exactly.
And you have, I'm assuming you're, are you guys related, sister, husband, wife? What's going on? I don't know what's going on.
We're not sure ourselves.
Oh, okay. and you'll have to say your name because I don't want to mangle it.
No worries. We'll stick with Isabel.
It's easier.
Isabel Faust?
Isabel Faust.
That's a good one, yes.
But
Married to him.
Yes, we are married.
You are married.
yes, I figured that. I could see the tension from here. So, what should it really be? What should I really be calling you, Isabel?
Isabel.
But what is Isqui? Isqui. Isqui Faust. Is Isqui the real name?
It is. It's
Okay.
my real name.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll see what I can do on that. But anyway, before we get started, I'm gonna put the camera on myself. I'm not really sure why, but there we go. Before we get started, we got a couple sponsors real quick. Got to get out of the way. Audible. Now, what does BDSM have to do with Audible? Exactly. Audible is audiobooks, and you think it's going to be boring books and, Da Vinci Code and Harry Potter and all that. And that's all there. But they have a lot of smutty books. They have a lot of BDSM books. They have a lot of how-to books, how to get into BDSM, a lot of erotic novels. And right now you get a deal. The best deal we've ever done. For free. You get a free book on anything you want. If you want to be smutty, be smutty. If you want to get some about rock and roll, they've got The Dirt by Motley Crue now. They've got Tiffany Haddish's autobiography. They've got comedy albums. They've got everything. So you get a free book, free 30-day trial to Audible, and 2 Audible originals. You can't beat that. The Audible originals, Stan Lee wrote a final story. That's one of the Audible originals you can get. They also have one, Alien 3, horrible movie. But the steampunk writer William Gibson wrote a script, and they had Michael Biehn, Lance Henriksen, and people from the movie act it out. So, yeah, you can get that for free.
It's good.
On Audible.
Right? Yeah, it's good. It's really good.
Oh, you did hear it?
I did hear it, yeah. It's the William Gibson.
And it was better than the Alien 3 that happened with the...
No debate. I like that movie. So
yeah, but it's an interesting retake.
It is.
And Kate McKinnon's got a story on there which plays Wicked Witch. Whatever you want. 2 Audible originals, 1 book for free. Just go to audibletrial.com/DMS. I'm going to say it again because I'm giving you something for free. I'll give you 3 things for free, including a free 30-day trial. audibletrial.com/DMS. DMS for the Dark Mark Show. Also, one more sponsor, real quick. Who's vegan here? Anybody vegan?
No.
You don't have to be because Doomy's Home Cooking. You've been to Doomy's Home Cooking? You've been to clubs where they had Doomy's food truck. I know you have. Doomy's Home Cooking is the best vegan food you ever had. Look at me. I'm not vegan. I love it.
Wow.
It's they have 2 restaurants in Hollywood, 1253 Vine Street. They have a Mexican restaurant, the biggest flautas I ever had.
Wow.
They have a regular restaurant where they have pulled pork, Big Mac on the secret menu, shrimp po' boys, all vegan, chocolate cake, deep fried Oreos. It's amazing. This guy's a genius.
Wow.
If I put the food in front of you, you wouldn't even know. You would have no idea. Forget that Impossible Whopper and all this shit. This is the good junk food, vegan stuff. Doomy's Home Cooking, 1253 Vine Street in Hollywood. Open till 3 in the morning, so after the clubs, go there. Culver City they have a restaurant in Culver City and one in Toronto, Canada. So, anyway, let me turn this around. This is going to be better. There we go. Mistress Cyan.
Hello.
And I love Mistress Cyan. I'm glad you're back. It's been long overdue for you to come back.
Oh, I've always had a lot of fun in this show.
Yes. So you are as we found out last time, you created Sanctuary LAX. You were really the driving force on that. And like I said, you're the most respected dom in the LA scene. Why do you think that is?
Well, for one thing, that's what LA Weekly did an article and called me.
Yeah.
So
That's mainstream though. Like in the underground, everybody knows you. Everybody loves you.
wow, how do you respond to that?
Yeah.
Other than thank you.
In the scene, we don't even call it the underground. The scene. In the scene, you say Cyan, people just, oh, I love her.
I've been around a little while.
Yes.
25 years or something.
Yeah.
A couple dungeons in DomCon LA, and then DomCon Atlanta, DomCon New Orleans.
Right.
Doing AVN, doing.
You do it all.
Yeah, we even do. We've even had the BDSM and the kink and the fetish area invade LA Pride with Erotic City.
Oh, how was that?
Oh, it was great. It was the only part of LA Pride that allowed full nudity.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And how did you get away with that with the law?
We just talked to them about what we wanted to do, and
So you were there with a whip and a paddle and said, well, you better let us do full frontal nudity.
we had it all. We had whips. We had the Sibian out there.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, we had a couple of St. Andrew's crosses and suspension rigs and bondage tables. And,
What were you personally doing?
I was doing it all. No, mostly whips and floggers and impact play. I like hitting people.
Wow. Now, here's the thing. Now, LA Pride, I haven't been in a while. And I just the last couple of years I've noticed on Facebook and other things, and not that it's necessarily a bad thing, but everybody that posts about Pride, the Pride parade, is straight. Like, none of my gay friends post about it. Like, but all my straight friends, like, I'm down at Pride. I'm like, do any gay people go to Pride anymore? What's going on?
Yeah, they just don't talk about it.
Yeah, I guess not. I don't know. It's like, I mean, I've gone a couple of years. It's been fun. I wasn't at your exhibit, obviously, or so I had more fun. But yeah, that's crazy. And then I just did I see something today on Facebook? You got some sort of leather honor.
Yeah, I was. I've just been nominated or elected to the LA Leather Coalition Board of Directors.
Okay.
As secretary, and I'm on the LA Pride Board of Directors as well.
Right.
And by the way, with LA Pride next in 2020, it's going to be amazing because it's our 50th year.
Okay.
And LA was actually the very first legal LA Pride parade in the world.
You don't say.
Yeah, it was funny. If you got a quick minute here,
We got all night.
Well, back in 1970, they took and filed for a permit in the city of LA and Hollywood and stuff. Said no, and they fought for it, and they finally said, okay, we'll give you your permit, but there's a fee, and the fee was $1.5 million.
Wow.
So the ACLU came in, and CSW, which is the 501c3 for LA Pride,
Okay.
went to court and beat the city of Los Angeles and forced them to give us a permit to do
great.
the parade. So it's the first time in history that it was illegal to actually congregate in an LGBT environment.
How times have changed.
Yeah. So wait till next June, you're going to see amazed at what happens in LA this year.
Oh yeah, it's just I can only imagine the full frontal nudity next year. It'll be crazy.
Oh yeah.
But what is the Leather Society?
Yeah, it's the Leather Coalition.
The Leather Coalition.
It's a coalition of a lot of BDSM, leather, the gay bars, lesbian bars.
Okay.
Motorcycle clubs, everything having to do with the kinky community.
Right.
In one big coalition for Los Angeles.
Yeah, because I you know me, you guys are hardcore. I'm a dilettante. I go to the clubs. I know people. I've said I love hanging out with people in the fetish community. I find them to be some of the most intelligent, some of the most fun, and just grounded people that I've ever met. And I love hanging out with. And I have so many friends in the community, but I'm not necessarily in the community, so I'm not really sure as far as where the line is crossed between leather and other other
Those
S&M.
lines are really blurred these years.
Right.
It's starting to kind of come together as one community,
Right.
instead of a bunch of different tribes within the community. So you're not too far off.
Right. And I got to get some more. I don't have a lot of leather myself. Maybe I need to invest in some.
Well, you don't have to wear it, and it's who you are. You know,
Really?
It's about your kink and about your ethics, and it's a lifestyle.
That's great. Well, I'm glad that you're getting awards and things all over the place, and DomCon is just sprouting up all over the country.
Yeah, and we're working on for 2021. We're going to be going to Australia.
Really?
Yeah,
Aussie
Sydney.
DomCon.
DomCon
Yeah.
down under.
Oh, I can imagine. Jeez. Come and say good day. Jeez. Wow, that's gonna be great. Is it Melbourne, Sydney? Do you know where? Sydney.
Sydney.
It would have to be. Yeah, I had an Australian girlfriend. She was from the bush in Colac. She was very off the beaten track, so I guess you wouldn't have it in Colac. You would have it right in the big city of Sydney. Wow, that's gonna be great.
Oh, I can't wait.
Wow, that's a long flight. You up for it?
Never flown that long before.
I can't believe we found something that may torture Mistress Cyan.
Oh, yeah.
But Paul Faust is here. Now you've introduced me to Paul Faust. I didn't mean to get you right in the middle of the team. I thought
Okay, you got me mid-swig.
And interestingly enough, your accent, because that was a great segue. I thought it was Australian initially.
How dare you, sir.
I know, but it's British. I know it's horrible. What am I thinking?
I always say that obviously the Australians are originally British anyway, so it's okay. We don't take too much of offense.
Right. Well, I didn't hear you say that much before the show. That's why I was like, okay, it's a little. I mean, it's a little.
It's bordering. I think it's bordering. So I'll let you off on that one.
Maybe you've been in the USA too long. I don't
Maybe.
know. It's not proper.
No, my Brit friends do tell me there's a twang coming in, and they say they can hear it on certain words, which is upsetting.
Right. And yes, by the way, this is.
That's what my fans are in.
Yeah. They're all the Paul Faust fans are there.
Yeah.
Now, by the way, when you're listening to this recording, and when you're actually probably with YouTube, you'll probably notice it more. There's a show going on in the other room, so you might hear some noises over there, but that's okay because hopefully by the end of the show we'll be spanking each other and cracking whips, and really they'll be like, "What's going on over there?"
Hopefully.
So, Paul, how did you get in the scene, so as it were?
Well, that's a very good question. I mean, I was actually in bands back in the 90s. So in Southeast London and around that area, I was in a band called Bent USA. Don't look it up, please. And we were an industrial band, and we were playing certain events, and some of those were fetish events. And then we started meeting David Wood and Alan Pelling from London, the TG crew,
Okay.
who originally began Torture Garden back in 1989.
Okay.
So I became friendly with them. We started going to those events. We would play, not Torture Garden events, but other fetish events.
Right.
And yeah, I just enjoyed the scene. Like you said, I met some of the nicest people in the world. I met some of the most intelligent people, obviously the craziest people,
That's
the
it.
fun people. And I just felt like there was a certain part of me that fitted in with that. And I quite enjoyed their company. And I watched Torture Garden grow from a very small acorn to now a big tree. I mean, it does 20 to 25 events around the UK alone every year now.
Wow.
And it does Japan, and it does Italy, and recently me and Isqui came back from New York, where they did an amazing event there.
Wow.
Which we were blown away by. And when was that? Was that back in
June.
June, right? That's right. It's fine. Yeah, it was the end of June. And now Los Angeles, which it
Right.
hasn't been since 2002.
Okay. That was
yeah.
before my dabbling in the scene.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's going back.
No, yeah.
And so I, for a good decade, have been thinking to myself, why isn't it here? And speaking to David, and he was like, I'm too busy to do anything about it, and I'm crazy. And I was just, was in the back of my mind, and I thought, Los Angeles needs this, really.
Right.
Some kind of an umbrella fetish event where we bring in everyone from the community, because that's what I liked about Torture Garden in London, that it was an event where everyone, and we would say in London, every freak would go.
Right.
And there wasn't any division between, if you're a transvestite, transsexual, gay, straight,
Sure.
just like to dress up, was a voyeur, wanted to participate, wherever your kink was, even if you didn't have a kink, you were invited. And I really felt that, and that's one of the very few clubs that I used to go to where we would feel like that.
Yeah.
And me and my friends, we would literally make it an event. So we would hire a limo for the night, we would all dress as crazy as we could,
Mm-hmm.
who would really make it an event, and that's what we're trying to do here in Los Angeles.
Now, what's the craziest thing you ever dressed as? I got it. Oh wait,
my God.
maybe I should ask her. What's the craziest thing he's ever dressed as?
I'm not sure she knows.
Yeah, no, I didn't. I didn't know him at that time.
Yeah, she
Okay,
didn't
so
know
you're
me at
curious.
that time.
You're curious to find out.
No, she's been through
A few
vaults
dresses.
and garages and lifted up things and said, "You used to wear that." And yes,
Yeah, that's
unfortunately
when
I
Paul
did.
moved in, yeah.
No, yeah, I just cleaned out my